Let's take a look at what virtual environments are and how they can be useful to you. I'll start off with an example of a commonly occurring situation that can benefit from the use of virtual environments. On our computer, there exists one or more packages folders. A packages folder like this contains all the packages or libraries that one or more programs may use in order to run. In case of the Python programming language and the package installer pip, the packages can be something like NumPy, Pandas, or Pillow, or any other library you can imagine. And just like the project you make, these libraries have a version. Bugs might be fixed or features might be added, changed, or removed. And because of this, two different programs might need two different versions of the same package or library. If we then want to run these two programs on the same system, the program that requires a different version might work incorrectly, but most likely won't work at all. So let's now introduce what virtual environments are to see how they help with this dependency management problem and many others. Depending on the use case, there are many different virtual environments available. For Python, you may use something like conda or pipenv. And in this example, we will use a similar but imaginary virtual environment called venv. And essentially what it is just another folder on your computer. And the ability we now gain is the ability to create or use a virtual environment. And these abilities are usually given in the form of command line arguments specific to the virtual environment you installed. So let's create two example virtual environments, which we call test and prod. So what does it mean to create these two virtual environments? Well, you guessed it. Each virtual environment is just another folder. And we can then use another command line argument in order to use either of the virtual environments we created. Once your virtual environment is in use, the virtual environment folder that belongs to that virtual environment now works as the packages folder would work for your entire system. So we can now use the terminal in each of these environments and install some packages we want to use for each of the different projects in each of the different virtual environments. And because each of the virtual environments has its own packages folder, they can both own the same package but with a different version. Now we can actually run the two projects in their own virtual environment, and they can both make use of the same package, but one can use a different version than the other. Let's quickly go over two more reasons why virtual environments are useful. And then I'll demonstrate how to use a real virtual environment, namely Pipenv. Another great reason to use virtual environments is that it simplifies the setup of your project for your future self and others. Let's take the situation where you upload your project to a repository like GitHub. Like the good developer you are, you add the packages folder to your git ignore. A good example would be when using Node.js. You would git ignore the node modules because they take up a large amount of space. Now let's suppose there is another developer that is not you, and they want to clone and use your repository. Without the packages themselves or other information, the other developer has to do a lot of work in order to find out what packages you even used and what versions they were. Luckily, using a virtual environment yields the ability to keep track of what packages and what versions you used in that virtual environment. Often there is a package or modules file and a package or modules.log file, and these should be uploaded to the repository. Having these two files allows you to reinstall all the packages that you used for the project with the correct version. So now future you or another developer can successfully clone your project in the future and instantly return to the correct virtual environment that the project ran in, saving a lot of headaches. The final advantage that I will discuss of virtual environments is the compatibility with containerization technologies such as Docker. While now you may be satisfied with the ability to run each project with its own packages or its language-specific packages, there's gonna be a point where you want even more control over the environment. What if you want a single virtual environment that tracks the packages of two separate languages at the same time? Or what if you have a need for different virtual environments that have different system-specific programs installed, or needs a different version of the graphics card driver? And we can even go up another level and ask, what if we need a virtual environment to keep track of the operating system we use and its version? This is the point when you realize you need something like Docker. Well, using or starting out with a simpler virtual environment, like Anaconda or Pipenv, makes it very easy to transition to something like Docker. All because we have that package and package.log file containing all the packages and versions they require. When we create something like a Docker container, we create something called a Docker file. And a Docker file is something that keeps track of all the packages and things that need to be installed or executed when a Docker container is created. And one of the things you could put in there is the command to install all the packages in your package and package.log files. Now let me demonstrate how you can use a virtual environment like Pipenv. In order to get started with Pipenv, all you need is to have Python and pip installed. Okay, so in our Visual Studio setup, we've got two separate projects. Project 1 containing a run.py file that looks like this, and project 2 which also contains a run.py file that looks like this. Let's now create an additional terminal so we can use one terminal for the virtual environment for each of the projects. So we'll click this button, and now we've got an additional terminal. Let's start with the left terminal for project 1. And we'll cd into the folder of project 1. Let's go to the second terminal and cd into project 2. Alright, now before we can go ahead and use pipenv as our virtual environment, we need to install pipenv as a package on our system. So if you don't have it installed yet, type pip install pipenv. It doesn't matter in which terminal you do this, because this is going to be a system-wide install, so you can use pipenv in order to start virtual environments and to gain access to those command line arguments we talked about that allow you to create and use virtual environments. Now that we have pipenv installed, let's clear the terminal, and then in our left terminal, we'll start a virtual environment for project 1. We'll write pipenv shell, and this creates a new virtual environment for the directory we are in. And as you can see, we gain an additional file, namely the pip file. We'll do the same for project 2. Pipenv shell. Alright, we now created two virtual environments, and in both cases we are already using the virtual environment that we created. As you can see in terminal 1, we are in the virtual environment called project 1 and then some code. In the second terminal, we see that we're also in a virtual environment which is called project 2 and then some code. These two terminals are now each in their own virtual environment. You can now think of them having separate packages folders. So in order to install a package within a single virtual environment, project 1, we'll write pipenv install and then our package name. And in our case, it will be numpy. And as you can see, numpy is now installing. Alright. And an additional file appeared, which is our pipfile.log, just like we saw in the explanation. Now, in order to demonstrate that while we installed numpy in one environment, it doesn't appear in the other environment, we'll go to the first terminal and write pipenv run python run.py. And as you can see, project 1 successfully executes and prints a numpy array. Now we'll go to the second project 2 terminal, and in there we'll also write pipenv run python run.py. And as you can see, the output of this terminal is different. Namely, it says the numpy module doesn't exist. Now let's go over how we can make use of the second useful property of virtual environments. Namely, to set up the exact same virtual environment somewhere else for yourself or another developer. As you can see, we generated a pipfile.log when we pipenv installed the numpy package. It tells us everything about numpy and the version we installed. In order to now make the virtual environment of project 2 identical to the virtual environment of project 1, we can do the following. We copy the pipfile.log and the pip file, and we paste it into project 2. Alright, and then in the virtual environment terminal of project 2, we write pipenv sync. After doing so, it'll install all the dependencies in the pipfile.log with the correct version. We can now once again write pipenv run python run.py, and we can see that it successfully runs the program containing a numpy operation. I hope this video was helpful to you and you can see the benefit of using virtual environments yourself. I would like to apologize for the lack of videos in recent times, which is unfortunately due to a change in my work schedule. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and the ones to come. Have a nice day. Peace.